it's real windy. Hopefully now you can hear me. And yep, this time we are on the bike. I am just crossing Sonora Pass. Sonora Pass is a few miles that way. I left Berkeley about 8:30 and it is now about noon. And we're headed to Death Valley. So we made it over Sonora Pass. Oh, it's so beautiful out here, and this is one of my favorite little places to stop. Sorry about the wind noise if there is any. A nice little creek. Flow is very low this year. It's usually quite full even in late in the season. So beautiful. Oh, what a fantastic road. It's the Father Crowley Vista. Panamint Valley is out there. It's a little after 8 in the morning. We are at Mesquite Springs Campground. Roxana calls this place the crack in the earth. And I decided I'm just gonna stay the night, stay an extra night, and I'll leave tomorrow and go down to Mojave. It's a great place. Pretty big crowd here. There are 30 sites and it looks like there are 7 of them full. We'll see how many people are still here tonight. Today's Sunday, but for a Saturday night, yeah, we got a few people here. We're about 70 miles north of the low point, Badwater. Death Valley Park is huge. So I'm gonna ride about 150 miles today. All of it's gonna be in Death Valley. I probably won't be able to film a whole lot. I'll just try and show you the more interesting things. And there's gonna be some separate videos for some of the places because I'll just do the shorts of just the scenes at specific places. But yep, I'm headed out there. Got my visor on here, my sun visor. That'll keep me shaded. Alright. Let me shoot a little of this road with the sun not directly in our face. Look at those washes. Get some colors out that way. Some really nice definition up here. Alright, way down the road. So I'm about 12 miles from the intersection over to Stovepipe Wells, which is at sea level, so I'm still a little bit above sea level. But look at these rocks, oh my gosh. And here we have something fantastic. You can see a brand new wash from the storm last week. This big alluvial fan, that's an alluvial fan. It's what all those rocks are, and you can see right there, all of that gravel. That's all new. That all flowed down in one storm. Yeah, that's a really nice one. I had to take a little walk. The bike's over there. I had to walk from this little pullout to get a better look at that. Smallish mountains. Bigger mountains. And mesquite dunes. Well, it's about noon and it's 99 degrees, so not too hot. Just how I like it. Probably be a little over 100 down at Badwater. A little bit of an oasis here. There's a visitor center, a campground, a golf course, a resort, all kinds of stuff. Look at those colors. Well, it was about 101 when I left Furnace Creek. Now I'm at Badwater. It's got to be about 105, 110. Sea level is, where'd the sign go? Up there. Here we are. I'll take you out there in a second. I'll give you a view from here because I can stand here for a minute. It's not too super hot. There's a bunch of people out there. When it's 110 or more, you'll see a ton of people out. You'll see nobody out there. So I'm guessing 105 or so. Maybe even less. And it is, you know, 12:30, 1 o'clock, so it's the hot part of the day. I like it. Now there was a big storm last week. Dropped 0.7 inches of rain, which is a tremendous amount for here. That's about all that's left. There is some water at Badwater. There's always a little salt water down there. That water right there is about the only water that's not normally here. The lake, there was a whole lake out there for a few days. I think it's gone already. I'm not positive. But yeah, this road wasn't even open until Thursday. Most of the roads were closed for 3 or 4 days, and still a bunch of roads are still closed because the flash floods brought all kinds of debris across the road. Actually, Badwater Road is closed right there still. I have a feeling they'll open it tomorrow or the next day. They're pretty good about clearing the paved roads. The dirt roads might take a little longer. Oh, there it is. And there's my high to low. See, I did Mount Whitney. Hope you can see that. Climbed Mount Whitney in August. So, there we go, high to low. Over here is the water. It's This is why it's called Badwater, because the water is all salty because of all the salt flats. But there's a tiny spring here. You crack the earth open at the bottom, and even though it's so hot, water comes out. You can pretty much dig a hole anywhere out there, a few inches deep, and you get water. Heading north from Badwater. Just thought I'd show you the colors on these mountains. Well, I'm almost at Titus Canyon. It's up in there somewhere, but the bike's getting hot. I'm gonna have to give it a break for a minute. I'll show you these alluvial fans. I don't know how good it's gonna show up with all this sunlight, but you can see all that gravel that's fanned out at the bottom of those mountains. This is one rough little road. It's only 3 miles and I'm already 1.5 miles. And I'll basically be able to coast out of here, so all I have to do is get up the road. So most of Titus Canyon, I'm gonna make my own little Titus Canyon video, but I'll just show you what it looks like inside here. Alright. Well, I wish I could film a little while driving, but it's pretty difficult with this camera. I don't have a rig and it would mess up the lens too much. Look at these. I'm approaching Mesquite, and you can see Roxana is right. It is. It's in the crack of the earth. There's like one of the restrooms right there. Look at that. This is the upper end of Death Valley Wash up ahead here. Well, last thing I'm going to do before it gets dark is there's a little sign on the restroom here that says if I walk north on Death Valley Wash, I might see some other springs, or maybe some, I mean, it might be one up under there. It's hard to say for sure. There might not be much actual water to be seen. Even if there is a spring, it could just be tiny drips underground that only come up when it's raining. But there is a lot of evidence of recent action here. Yeah, this wash definitely had some water flowing through it during the last storm. He's not sure what to think of me. There he goes. So I don't know if these are springs. Maybe. Maybe they're just where a lot of water collects. There's one behind me that had a lot of grass. Like there might be some water coming up underneath, I don't know. But so far no water, and I'm gonna head back. It's about 8 o'clock, Monday, October 12th. It's getting warm out already, but it's not too bad. I wanted to show you two things. Bring these little glow sticks. They're good for putting somewhere on your campsite so you can find your campsite at night. The other thing is I took off my rear seat and took the pad off of here so that my pack will fit better. And oh, it really fits better. I've done a number of these trips. This is the first time I've done that. Oh, so much better. And also, just like with the other backpacks, I do not use bungees. I use ropes because ropes don't stretch. You tie them tight and you're set. Unlike bungees that shift constantly. Alright, well, we'll see. I'm going to head to Mojave shortly here. So I'm on my way out, heading to Mojave. And holy crowd at Zabriskie Point. I've never been here before. I usually go out via Badwater to Shoshone, but since the road is closed at the end past Badwater, I'm gonna have to go this way. Look at this, what a mob scene. Every tour bus in the area is here. Well, let's go see what it looks like. Yeah, not surprising there's a lot of people with a view like this. Death Valley Junction. Yeah, that was some fun miles. That's where I came from. Nothing but here. Next stop, Shoshone, about 30 miles that way, and then Baker. And then I'll be in Mojave. Oh, wow. The weather is perfect. A light breeze. It's probably about 90, but you know, moving, you don't feel it. I'm hitting this. I'm taking this road at 75, 80. It's like sliding ice across linoleum, folks. It is just awesome. You're in the shade at Shoshone. It's 100 degrees here. Yeah, I could feel it. It definitely got hot when I descended a little bit. And this next bit, the 57 miles between here and Baker. Oh my gosh, well last year I literally heat stroked and almost died on my way to Baker. The last few miles I was having blurry vision and everything. One of the problems out here is, you know, no matter how much you drink, you get to a point where you can't cool down anymore internally. And even though I had drank a ton of water, I was still overheating. And well, this year it's a good 15 degrees cooler, but one key is to have a little thermos full of ice and a wet rag. That way you can at least cool yourself down a little bit. Stopped at sort of a high point where it's a tiny bit cooler. I'm only about 15 miles in. Still got about 35 miles to go that way. Getting past the end of the mountains that surround Death Valley. There are little pools of water along the road where the Amargosa River is coming above ground. It's an underground river that flows from somewhere in Nevada all the way into Death Valley, mostly underground. Look at all these colors. Not much breeze today. It's hot, it's like 100. That road must go up through there. This won't be the best shot, but so that last spot was just north of the summit of Ibex Pass, and now we're looking at the Dumont Dunes. You can get permits to drive dirt bikes and dune buggies and stuff on those dunes. We're headed that way. You think I'm enjoying this on the motorcycle? Oh yeah. Let's take another look at those dunes. And it's nice. It's around 100. I'm not dying. I've been out here when it's 110 plus, and that gets rough. Alright, it's kind of windy here, but you might want to pause when I show you this plaque in a second. This is what I was looking for, the Harry Wade exit route. And the road is over here. Oh wow. Tempted to go a little ways up. Death Valley is out there. I came from over there. And I'd like to get down this road at some point because this is the full way through Death Valley. But today, unfortunately, because of the storms last week, Badwater Road is closed just past Badwater Basin, the low point. So this road is a good 10 miles. This road hooks into the Badwater Road about 10 miles below that. Badwater Road continues out of Death Valley to Shoshone, where you saw me. I actually exited Death Valley north of Shoshone. Alright, 2:20 in the afternoon, it's 99 degrees at Baker. We're at the Mad Creek Cafe. This place is excellent and reasonably priced. From here I'm going to go into Mojave, and there's a link in the description to my Mojave film. So there's not going to be a whole lot to show you there. Maybe I'll show you my campsite. I'm going to go into Mojave, spend the night there, and then ride home tomorrow, and I'm just going to take the 5 north, so there won't be a whole lot to see on the way out. We'll see, maybe there'll be something. And most of my times have been, it is actually 2:20. Most of the time, whenever I said the time, it was actually about a half hour later than whenever I said it was. Well, I had my food, and now it just hit 100 on the big thermometer. Now it's about 3, and I'm gonna head into Mojave. Like I said, you've probably seen it, or you can see just about everything there is to see in there in my Mojave film. The last thing I'll show you here is Lifesaver, a little cooler with ice and a washcloth. Oh, it's so nice. And I'll also say for the bikers, I find on the highways, especially when it's really hot, I really enjoy the full face with the visor. You can open it a little bit or close it to block out the heat entirely. and it's better than open face. Some people like it, but it's not for me. And when it's really hot, I think this is better for your keeping the heat off of your head than an open face helmet would be. Exceptionally green out here this week. The Kelso Dunes. Taking a little break on Ivanpah. This section through this little bit of mountains here is rough. Washboard's not too bad, but so many rocks. But it smooths out quite a bit up ahead. It's about 25 miles, 23 miles of dirt. Most of it's relatively smooth. Well, I'm gonna hang out in the desert and get a campsite somewhere, wherever I can find a place that looks good to camp at. And yeah, real quiet here. I got here at 7 o'clock last night. I saw one car pass by last night and one car pass by this morning. I had a tarantula come into camp, walked right into the middle of my little area and just sat there. I had to chase it out. And in the middle of the night, a kangaroo rat managed to pull one of my little cheese and cracker packages out of my backpack. By the time I saw him, he was about 2 feet away from where it started, and this morning he had dragged it, he or she, whatever, the little mouse had dragged it, kangaroo rat had dragged it a good 5 feet away and ate the whole thing. It's a pretty neat little animal though. They have a funny tail and they really do hop around like a kangaroo. It actually hopped back and forth in front of me. Had a little hole about 10 feet away from my tent. Yeah, but empty desert, just how I like it. Okay, bike's all loaded up. You can see, tie it with lots of tight ropes. Whole bike shakes, thing's solid. It's an old backpack that I got real cheap at a flea market, and I just cut all the straps off it. And I also cut most of these things off to make little loops. Let me see if I can find one here, like this. So I got little loops to run the ropes through, and you can see it's nice and flat, real solid. And this is a pretty nice little spot I found off of Landfair Road. It's not really listed on the map. As far as I can tell, this road is supposed to connect to something there by the Hackberry Mountains. I'm gonna have to use Google Earth to figure out exactly what's going on, but you can see here there are several fire pits here, and it's a little cleared off. The dirt road is just right out there. You can see the telephone lines, And you can see some more of the dirt road out there. I just pulled in here and had a camp for the night, and yeah, there's several fire pits, so this must have been, I'm assuming the Park Service put them out here. It's not marked anywhere as anything. Beautiful spot though. Warming up. It's about 3,400 feet elevation, so it was relatively cool at night, and I'd say it's high 80s by now. So I'm gonna head down the dirt road and start heading back north to Berkeley pretty soon. I'm gonna explore around a little bit. I've kind of got all day. I don't really have to be home until, wasn't planning to be home until late night, so I might spend most of the day just kind of exploring the area here. Well, it's been quite an excellent trip. Try and give you a few more interesting shots, but that's about it. I'm just about on my way back home. Still an empty desert.